Zach with Web3 Reviews. Thank you for being with us. Today it is Wednesday, April 23rd, and we're going to be talking about the crypto market. Let's go. Remember that none of this is financial advice. XRP making moves up. We are up 9% on the day. We are up to $2.28. On the 7 day, we're up 10%. On the 1 month, we're still down 7%. So we got some room to work, all right? Remember where we were 1 year ago. We were down to 50 cents. We spent so long at 50 cents, people were telling me it was a stable coin. On the 1 year, we were up 320%. That's not bad, man. That's not bad, but there's still work to do. It's like that Kobe video.
What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or?
Still to be happy about.
You're up 2-0.
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
Okay.
Kobe's up 2-0 in the finals. People are like, Kobe, you can't drop a smile, man. You can't smile. Kobe says, what's there to smile about? There's still work to do. Man, until we break that all-time high, until this chart right here, that candle on the left looks miniature, like the one to the left of that, until that's the case, the work's still to be done, man. XRP needs to go on to hit 10, 20, 30, 40 bucks to dwarf that candle on the left, man. The previous all-time high on this chart should look small. Go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin. Let's see how that one looks. Look at that all-time chart. The all-time high on the left back in 2017, 2018 looks minuscule. And Bitcoin's been going up on a tear ever since. But there's going to come a point when XRP and the tokens that actually provide a real-world utility are going to carry the load, man. They're going to carry this industry, because who cares about the fart coins of the world? Who cares about the Doge coins, the Shiba Inus, the fucking Bitcoins, man? Apparently, JD Vance is going to be meeting with ETH founder Vitalik Buterin later. Vitalik's trying to upgrade off of the Ethereum virtual machine. He's trying to do a whole engine overhaul of Ethereum. I thought Ethereum virtual machine was what made Ethereum. You're trying to overhaul the whole thing. I don't know, man. How did ETH 2.0 go? Remember how long it took for staking to come out? So this isn't going to be an overnight move. Okay. With that being said, Ethereum is up to $1,800. So ETH is responding well to that news, and it's responding well to the market. Bitcoin's up to 94K, guys. Remember we were down to 79, everyone was shitting themselves? I was speaking to my buddy who's a big Bitcoin guy, and he was saying he's watching it closely because it's been such despair the past few weeks, he said. Ever since Trump got into office, we've been in a downtrend. Ever since Trump got into office, okay? That is back in January. That's 3 months of downtrend. Did you survive? Did you survive, or did you allow your fear to tell you that we were done? You can't listen to that little guy in your head, man. You got to be able to hold strong and just sit on your hands and do not shit, okay? Man, Easter, I had family members asking me about XRP. It was classic. My wife, I saw her looking at me. We're all doing the egg hunt with the kids, and I'm explaining XRP to my uncle for what must be the umpteenth time. And it was actually my aunt who I had gotten into it, but now my uncle's all about it. So he's asking me, he's like, well, tell me about the SEC lawsuit. And I'm like, dude, well, let me tell you this. That shit is done, man. We're talking about something that's 5 years in the works. And Ripple fucking beat the shit out of the SEC like a redheaded stepchild. So I'm all telling him about it. I'm telling my aunt about it. And I'm like, well, hey, I'm a hodler. They're like, oh, you're doing all these trades? I'm like, no. I'm never trading anything. I'm what's called a hodler. My aunt's like, I don't know what that means. It means hold on for dear life, all right? You remember those sailors back in the day, like my grandpa? Different side of the family, but families, no families. My grandpa was a sailor, man. He was out there in that Bering Sea catching crab, bro. All right, and he did that shit until he broke his back at 54 years old. He was out there, never had a high school degree. We're talking about a Norwegian man. Went out there to get his money, all right? And when that fucking wave came, you know what the sailor said? They said, hold fast, man. They'd get it tattooed on their knuckles. I implore you guys, when we hit the moonshot and you no longer have to work anymore, get hold fast tatted on your knuckles, baby. Let people know where you're coming from. Hold on for dear life. And I'm not a hand tag guy myself. Not for me. You know, I like ones that I could cover up. Or if I want to wear a shirt, if I want to dress to the teat, I want to be able to put it all away, you know? There's nothing wrong with that, bro. Be able to wear multiple hats. You know, I'm here wearing a hat with you guys now. And this is a hat that I keep to myself in a lot of my social life. Because, yeah, you're at Easter and people ask you about XRP and you fucking open up a can of worms on them, dog. Next thing you know, the day's over. You missed it all. You missed the egg hunt. You missed dinner. You were there, but you were just fucking motor mouthing, dude. You were talking about XRP and that grand Ripple conspiracy to take over, man. And it is a grand conspiracy. I went straight from talking about 9/11 and steel beams to talking about Ripple and XRP. It made sense to me, man. I remember hearing back in the day that Bitcoin was the beta test coin. It was the beta test coin. And while everyone told you that Bitcoin and Ethereum were gold and silver, XRP was that real technology that was building silently in the background. Well, everyone told you that Bitcoin and Ethereum were going to bring down the banks and they were going to enable DeFi and people to be their own bank. Ripple said, no, we're going to use XRP to enhance what banks already have going on. We're going to integrate with financial institutions. We're going to work with regulators to make sure that this is done correct. We're going to go top down. Good luck with that bottom-up approach, though, fellas. And it might be that it was made by the same guys. Nobody could tell you that it was not made by the same guys. All right, what are we going to do? Listen to Craig Wright? Craig Wright, Satoshi. He never proved anything. This guy was a fucking farce, man. He's out here wasting people's time, bringing court cases to light, just trying to bring himself notoriety. I don't get it. I don't get why he would do that. But you know what? I'm glad it's not me. I don't have the time to wonder about other people's shit, man. They say somebody who's busier than you will never be talking shit to you about what you're doing because they're busy. So that's how I feel about Craig Wright. I literally don't give a fuck what he's doing. Where he was mad about the Bitcoin Cash hard fork because he said Bitcoin was his invention and how dare you hard fork it. Get real, man. Get real. This is crypto. Welcome to the Wild Wild West, all right? Welcome to the Wild Wild West. And you know what's funny about the Wild Wild West? It's a misconception that the Wild Wild West, as we think of it, being this lawless place where we had saloons and shootouts, these county sheriffs who could also be outlaws from another town. This didn't happen for very long. This was a 10-year span in America's history where you were able to go out west and have this, right? And then everyone else came and things just kept getting more and more domesticated, man, more urbanized. And that's like crypto, man. Think about it. We've had 15 years of the Wild West. We have started out with the Bitcoin, the ETH, the XRPs, man. We've spouted off to 30 million cryptocurrencies. We're at the point now where we got the chill guys, we got the Shiba Inus, we got the Doge, we got so many meme coins, it's ad nauseum. Seriously, we have so many, it's sickening. Dude, I forget who it was, but there's somebody online who just talks about all the losses in meme coins, and it's super powerful because he's like, yeah, you always hear the story of the guy who turned that $5 to 1,000. But what about the guy who turned 3,000 to 5 cents? You never hear about that guy. Nobody's glorifying that guy. Just what's there to glorify? But it's a sad story that you need to hear. And so it's not glorifying it. It's a story of be careful out there, man. And I'm telling you this, when you're playing with blue chips, even if you go down 90%, first of all, that wouldn't be going down from $3,000 to 5 cents, okay? That's called a total loss. If you were to go down 90%, you would still be in the hunt, man, because you could rip up times 1,000 and be right back, man. We were looking at that story of the guy who lost $2 million in Ohm just last week, and it was down to 200K. If he's able to take that 200K and put it in the right place, you put it in a Flare and you wait the next 5 years, you get those delegation rewards, you get the final airdrop rewards, you catch a times 20, a times 30, a legit times 30 on Flare. Dude, I think that Flare might be the bell of the ball. You're gonna look back at Songbird and be like, oh shit, dude. Songbird right now is 4.6 tenths of a penny. So we're still under 5 tenths of a penny. There's a chance that Songbird is gonna absolutely do insane things. There's a chance that Hugo and Co. are gonna let Songbird and Flare rip to an extent that we haven't seen in a long time in the crypto market. Because we're talking about the perfect storm here. We're talking about XRP going up. We're talking about the total volume locked in Flare being at a place where last time this happened, Flare's price to US dollar was higher. Based on the amount of total volume locked on the Flare networks, Flare's price should be higher based on previous data sets. The amount of total volume locked equal to the price of the token was much higher. It's important to note that because we have so much room to run. We have Flare 2.0 coming out, all right? And we have Songbird sitting at 4.7 tenths of a penny. Listen, that all-time chart, that could either scare you away or it could draw you in. Hey, I'm here for the win, dude. And I'm not here to get minimal gains. So when I see the likes of an XRP chart, I don't have any problem with that. I'm an XRP guy since 17 cents in 2019. I was there for that summer of pain. But it's these charts here that draw me in. Looking at the Flare chart, Flare's ranked 66th out of all 30 million cryptos in existence. You look at that all-time chart, we're down 79%. We just looked at Songbird, we're down 96%. That's all time. I'll tell you this. This reminds me of the Amazon story. The Amazon story is that Amazon was down 90% in the late 90s. They asked Jeff Bezos about it, and he said, listen, if you're only looking at the stock price to determine value, that's on you, because we have more partners coming on every day. We have more people using our website. We have more items being sold and shipped off of Amazon. Things are looking up, all right? Sure, the stock price is down. We don't control that. And he winks, right? Because that's the deal. We don't control that, right? We're just working with market makers who control that. We're working with the rest of the market, and we're coordinating when it's all going to go up. We got to make sure the politicians get theirs. Everyone has to have a chance to get theirs. And what did Trump do? Trump gave all his cronies 3 months to get in. He gave them all a good 3 months. And he even tweeted at one point something like, great time to buy. And then the market started ripping like hours later. And now here we are. We have XRP up to $2.30. We have Bitcoin at 94K. We have ETH at 1,800. Dude, Flare is still at an all-time low pretty much. Look at that all-time chart. If you're buying Flare, if you believe in Flare, if you're holding Flare, the only way we could go is up. Seriously, we've bottomed so hard and we've held that line and things are so positive that people like me are so bullish we can't even contain ourselves. I don't even care about the price. I think that we're going to fucking be $1 soon. We are. We're going to be $1 soon. This is going to be the next ETH, man. ETH's 1,800. They're talking about overhauling their whole engine. If this was an F1 team and we have an upcoming season, Flare's looking like the race car you want to bet on. What, you want to bet on the old race car over there that fucking performed well the last 15 years, but now they have to overhaul the whole engine? We don't even know the specs of the new engine. All right, dude. We don't know when it's going to be ready. We don't know what your engineering team's even doing. When did you guys start on it? Oh, cool. You're meeting with Vince. All right. I like what Hugo and Co are doing, man. They got that Ripple grant in the X-Spring series of developer funds, and they've been running ever since, man. Flare is years and years in the works. From my understanding, Flare has been in development since 2019. And yeah, the Ripple grant came, and they did the airdrop announcement in 2020. The snapshot came at the end of 2020. Planning and development was happening. Here we are. Flare 2.0 is about to come out. Let's look at this post from Brett Crypto. Switch it back to XRP. Breaking, XRP trading volume surges 23 million in 60 seconds. The 2Creum CEO says the demand is off the charts. And I love this little visual they always give us. XRP just flying. Look at those ripples. Just rippling, okay? Here's some more from the Ethereum CEO, from Jack the Rippler. Sal Gilberty says XRP is the coin with the most utility. Let's give this a listen, all right?
Ripple's a company of really professional people working really hard on this. That's why we chose XRP. We believe in XRP. We're not making a price prediction, but we do believe it's a coin that will have the most utility out there. Bitcoin is a store of value. I agree with Mike McGlone, but I think that XRP has a true use case. There's just no doubt about it. And the Ripple team, from the interaction we've had with them, they're really professional. They act like investment bankers over there. They know what they're doing, and they will make this work.
Digital Asset Investor posted this 25 minutes ago. This is from today, it looks like. Or maybe it came out yesterday, and now we're getting it today. Okay? I don't see a date on Fox Live's website. 12:57 Pacific time. Yesterday. All right, so this is yesterday.
Now, and so if we look at this,
another 30-second clip from Fox Business. Let's give it a listen.
So there's a couple of coins that I really enjoy right now. XRP is really important. Cardano and ADA is another one that's very important. I don't think a lot of people really even know about. Solana is a very important coin with the NFTs, lower cost ways of transacting and doing things. But ultimately, the world is moving towards real world tokenized assets. And so whether we're talking gold, silver, real estate, mortgages, this is where everything's moving right now. And so if we look at this more as the algorithms of the future, as opposed to trying to look at this as, is this the next form of money, then I think that we're going to have a better understanding where we are.
In Digital Asset Investor, he quotes them saying the algorithms of the future. And then he says the value is and always has been in the protocol. The XRP ledger is the internet of value. And remember that Ripple gave away the interledger protocol. They gave it away. And the reason why they did this was because they made it open source, man. They said this technology is for everybody. We don't own and control this. This is something for everybody. This is going to enhance lives. Just wait for it. Build around this. Oh yeah, and that interview from the CEO of Ethereum, that was on Bloomberg. Think about that. Think about all that's happening. The mind of the normie is being morphed. This is really important. You have to bend the mind of the normie. It has to make sense. Everything has to make sense. There has to be a reason for things. There were reasons for COVID. There was reasons for money being dirty. There's reasons for money shortages. John Squire says, Paul Atkins isn't just anyone. He's a heavyweight in the regulatory world. And if he's putting digital assets with XRP at the forefront on the agenda, it's because he sees what many still deny. XRP isn't just a token. It's infrastructure for the new financial system. Come on. We know that to be the case. And now that we got Paul Atkins in there, we're putting the United States on that Atkins diet, dog. All right, we're going to be running with a full plate of XRP. That's our best bet, dude. We should just take over Swift and say, bye-bye. Yeah, you guys move a quadrillion a year. We'll run that through the USA and we'll use our XRP. That's what they've been deciding the whole time. You know what? And the banking system needs an overhaul. It really does. The United States, we're running on this antiquated banking system. The whole world is. We still have Novostro banks that literally just have trillions of dollars of cash just sitting in them. In case one of their client banks need money, you can just take money to them. All right? That's ridiculous, man. It's the old famous Brad Garlinghouse saying, the fastest way to move $10,000 and actually have it cleared is to actually have it in cash, in a briefcase, on a plane, if you're to be taking money from the United States to China. It's time that that's changed. The algorithms of the future are here for money. XRP is here to stay, and Flare is going to benefit. You know, it's not on top of XRP, but it's able to directly benefit from XRP. I'm going to be involved. I'm an XRP guy, and I'm one of many. The airdrop endeared me, and even if it didn't, I like to think I still would have found Flare. Flare is that ETH 3.0, and it's coming our way, man. Zach with Web3 Reviews. Thank you for being with us. Until next time.